I think if I do this, oh wow. Okay, it can go up, it can go really far. If you just grab from a conveyor belt, holy shit. Or the conveyor lift itself. I've always been doing it like this. Well, I guess it does the same thing. But there's like a point where it ends. I guess I did technically the exact same thing. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Sorry. Those were exactly the same things. I just hit different buttons to do the same thing. And it confused my little tiny brain cell. What am I gonna do? So this is where like I neglected what I was originally gonna do. Which was, I was supposed to have a floor for logistics, but instead I ended up just going straight into the floor for all the stuff, and then the next floor was also the stuff, and then the next floor was also the stuff. Whoopsies. The lessons we learn. Alright. Alright, I'm not going to make an entire superstructure here. We're just going to go with the making a support structure, then deleting it strategy. Hold on, I'm just trying to get an idea of things. That might be good. It is. Screw you, game. You don't care about the rotations. Grr. I might have to pay attention to how the conveyor holes are like rotated. But I don't know how to tell like what's the front of the damn thing. At least when it's doing stuff like this. What I could do is rather than like have the conveyor start from below, I could do this, and maybe that will give me the option that I was looking for. Nope. The game doesn't care. What if I rotate it? It did the same thing. Maybe it was always flipped that way? No, that wasn't snapped in there, or it was? I'm confusing myself. Okay. Consciously. We're flipping it this way. We just saw that it was flipped that way with the arrow directions. You can literally see me having the hologram snap to the side. You... Fuck it. Fine. 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 It makes me a little sad. But you know what it probably is probably the direction that this is coming from. Whereas if I like made my own like conveyor lift, it would respect what I'm trying to do here. trying something. Okay, I think we'll do, this will just be regular connection. And then this, I'm gonna try and have like, flip out like this. So I gotta find the next conveyor hole, which should be between the two foundations like this. All right, game. All right, game. You're trolling me. You're trolling me. This is fine. This is fine. Okay. Technically, this isn't even what I was supposed to be trying to do anyways. I don't know why I got so focused on that. I got too hyped on conveyor holes. Apologies. I can just do this now. Completely solve the problem of what I was trying to do anyways. Because yeah, I'm just gonna run it along this bottom part here for aesthetic's sake. Okay, let me grab the other one now. How far out would this need to go to not have that particular issue? Okay. Maybe what I could do this is just a test in the first place. Oh, okay. But trying to get the same height on these damn things from a distance is a pain in the ass. It's crazy that I don't have it right now, so I can't show it. But if you use, there are a couple items that if you use, like the painted beam, it will show you exactly the thing that I always wish is on on some of these choices, at least with the conveyor lifts and stuff, which is, it shows you the meters in which you've made the distance. That's how I was able to make the little ruler blueprints, because it would say, hey, this painted thing's going up 9 meters. This painted thing's going up 15 meters. And I was like, okay, I can make this work. Let's try to center myself like this, maybe. Nope, it's ever so slightly off. It's not a big deal, but it's annoying me. I gotta say, this is truly innovative on my part. I've never done this before. Okay, hold on. I really should have a hologram level that has conveyor holes on it. Heart. Conveyor hole. Whoops. 1. And then we'll go ahead and do this. Or this. Or I can do it like I have it on my other bars. Okay. Now we don't have to keep on copy and pasting it just to get this thing done. Nope. Gotta be a little bit closer than that. Yeah, I always assumed that if you... that one didn't work out for my purposes. Hold on. What I can do, we'll go ahead and get rid of this. Just to get it out of my way visually. But yeah, I always assumed that, like, if you got rid of the conveyor mainline section there, or like the lift, that the rest of the conveyor belt would go away, at least when it came to dealing with, like, upside down shenanigans underneath ceilings. I knew you could do a lot of other kinds of things on the top of these, you know, like build up a stack of stuff and then delete the stack. Yeah, I'm probably learning very old information still. I'm happy enough. This might be one of the only times I really do this, but I'm learning. It's like a distance of nothing. Hopefully this connects. I could be butchering this entirely. Okay. Oh, no, no, yeah. The distance before it tries to snap to the other conveyor belt is really small. Holy shit. Jesus. It's the distance of like 2 foundations? Ay, ay, ay. Okay. From here, I could probably actually delete this. We'll see. Good enough. All right. The goal was never to have the whole thing be straight, though it would have been nice if I could just ever so slightly casually nudge it upwards. I could probably still do it. Hold on. The problem is trying to get these turns. It's a real pain in the ass for such little gain. Yeah, okay. We're not gonna do it. We know how to, and we'll take the win on that. We've learned new little mechanics, so rather than me having conveyor belts infinitely crossing through each other just because they're underground, I can at least, or like underneath the ceiling, I can at least have a spacing in comparison. These really should be able to, oh. Stack. I'm just gonna drink some water. I can't. Oh my god. I just listen, hear me out. I never tried because you have the stackable conveyor poles which can fucking zoop to the sky like that, right? And so I just assumed that because these can't zoop that they do the same thing. I was wrong. Oh my god. I didn't have to do any of this bullshit here. I could have just connected it to the lines that already exist from the other one. Oh my. Alright. Lessons learned. Let me delete this. Jesus. Alright. So this is... I mean, this is still not even with my other side, but that's on me. We're gonna delete all this, because I can very quickly solve this now. So all I need to do is make a couple of ceiling mounts. So that's 2 ceiling mounts from this. Lower the lift down to the size. And then connect the conveyors between other conveyors, which should be a lot easier. You would hope. It's okay. It still has the same limitations as regular conveyor belts. The length. But wow, look at that. That was so much easier. I wonder if I can get this to snap. Oh, you can get this to directly snap. Oh, shit. Wow. I feel like I'm graduating out of grade school and heading into high school now. The world's different. I gotta look at scarier things in whole new ways. Huh. Oh my god. Okay. Let's get this powered up. Not even gonna bother with the fourth thing. There comes a point. Oh, that's already Mark 2. Yeah. I think I spent enough time digging around with that ceiling. I can skip out on the beautiful looking ceiling outlets. Okay, will that be all of them, or do I need like another one? I think I need another one. Yeah, I do. That's okay. Let's get my throughputs. Yeah, obviously this needs power too. Yeah, okay, a little too far forward. Well, fuck it. Mark III pole. We'll go along here. I saw someone with a blueprint where they made power connections along like a designed bunch of like slope pillars and stuff. So it all looked like real life power lines, which is cool. But it made me feel like that's probably the higher limit of where I would ever do anything for like blueprints. I mean, it's a cool design. That one in particular, maybe I'll do too. But I don't need to become like an actual like in-game engineer. I think that might be a little too much. Okay. Mark II, Mark II. Maybe even Mark III. Holy hell. Okay. Mark IIIs are incredible. I can't wait till I have all those resources to like do it more. Uh-oh. Why is this not it's that little problem. It's a permanent thing. Okay. For a second I thought, oh, it's just all going into one thing at a time. No. No, I just actually have one singular fuck up on my assembler blueprint. I'm gonna have to fix that, but that's not too bad. That's a quick fix. Literally just undo a conveyor belt and then save it. But okay. We have the assembler up here turned on. It probably would be a good idea to like turn some of this off actually. Go ahead and disconnect the line. How is this doing? Oh no! I goofed. That's how it's doing. That's okay. Here's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna get rid of this. In the meanwhile, I mean, these are backed up because I turned them off. But yeah, they weren't going the way I needed it to. How am I gonna do this? So we have 500 going into one of them. It's obviously gonna get split in varying sizes. I'm just going with raw like speed, so it's hard to like really calculate. But overall, this is what, like 1,000 screws being made just in general. It's hard to count on this. Fuck it. Okay. I was gonna do something a little dramatic and like merge the lines. But I would just have them be at least at 480 each. And we will go ahead and reconnect this. And then in the meanwhile, let's have the storage of this go into here. I wanted to go down to either the bottom floor or it could stay up here. I think setting it to the bottom floor would be solid. And then we can just say, all right, this place is modular frames. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna get rid of some of this. That's okay, whatever. I could have just had this come up this way, turn left, rather than this kind of weird setup. The original plan was I was just gonna have everything run along the roof out from like this side and maybe this side, but it didn't happen that way. Okay. Conveyor throughput. We've got this place up and running. Making something I technically already have automated back at my main base anyways, but you know, whatever. Some items I need to like make a bunch of anyways. And that's definitely what like an internal personal challenge I want to try and hit. What is happening here? Are you full on wire? Or did I... Okay, I turned them off. Right. Because of my logistics capacity. Ooh, let's dismantle this. Alright, any like random excess we can just get rid of. This can stay. We'll get rid of this line. It will look a little bit disjointed, but I mean, it already was, right? So, oh well. We're going to create walls to create what can connect and some pillars to fill in the rest. Thankfully, having seen other variation build styles, I don't have to feel too bad. You know, it's easy to like play this game and then like watch all the different things people build and feel bad because like some people make crazy great stuff, like super factories that are like taller than all the mountains in the world. They're literally getting every single resource in the game and burning them efficiently for all they want. And then you got, you know, people like me who are just like, and then I have a concrete platform with structures. And the structures make materials. In this game about factories. Oh, whoops. Got ahead of myself here. This one can stay. This could go, though. And if I had half foundations, I could make a little smidge of a change here. I might just have to go with regular walls. Yeah, it can be a little comforting seeing some of like the big Satisfactory players out there just at the end of the day going for pure production. You know, they don't care if their base is like fucking 1,000 visible structures in a row. That shit's making like 10 modular frames. Alright, page down. For this top floor, I think I'll round this out like this. A little bit of a castle design. I need to extend this by a little bit. I can technically just like go on a dismantling spree on some of these things, but yeah, there's not a point. And some of this stuff is gonna get like overclocked at some point anyways, and maybe I'll connect them in a line or something. Bitch. I keep on trying to make it go up with the up arrow, but it's fucking page up and down instead. Okie dokes. think that'll be it for now. I definitely want to like get this a lot more enclosed, and I might delete a lot more of this floor, although some of this floor leads to the bottom. So I gotta be a little careful. But some of this is a little bit more on the excessive side for now. Got a little ahead of myself. What kind of materials do I have right now? I'm still on just the first basic walls. Wait, I don't even have the concrete walls? No way, right? Oh shit. I don't have concrete walls? How? No way. Yeah, sorry. Okay, no. We do have concrete walls. I don't know what the hell happened there. I got lost for a second. I just didn't see it. A lot of this can get deleted. Same with this over here. Okay. I think we've trimmed off most of the fat that I can from this base. I think we can do this little line. Still reconnect this, just because this conveyor belt is slightly over this. We have so much concrete. I love it. But I understand that everything being concrete can be a little bit on the more bland side. Do outlets connect to these? Nice, okay. Do they work the same as the power poles, though? They do, very good, okay. Very useful. How is my power anyways? Hold on. Oh boy. My power is like 6,000 less than it was the last time I checked. Huh. Well, I guess this is a good time for me to head back to my base. Let me just make sure. I at least have this going into like an industrial storage or something. Oh, this was the wrong way. It seems like we're averaging out around 30, 32-ish. It's obviously a little on the weird side there, but whatever. All right, let me check Satisfactory modeler. So we have this going. We're gonna say we are. I have 22 of these heading out. Maybe not. We'll say 20. 18. 19. 19.5. 6. 7. 666. There we go. Okay. I'm just trying to get this manually saying the value that we're actually kind of making. Oh, wait. No. I think I got my number wrong. I got it. It's 960. 480 plus 480. Whoops. Okay. At least until I have my other logistics and actual aluminum production, our actual maximum from this place should be 6.86. I think we just have such an excess of cables that got or like plates that got created in cables or screws that it backed up a little bit. That's fine. I will maybe add a no, I can't. Logistics. I was like, oh, I'll just split some of my screws off into a storage or something. I can't. What would this cost to make 50? It's okay, we actually do have quite a bit. There's an interesting little glitch that happens with these ceiling lights. Yeah, there it is. I don't know what causes it. But they like emit light without actually being powered until you like reboot your game. You know what? I think I know how to do this. There we go. We'll have ceiling lights above the miners. Okay. And then we'll actually hook them up. I do need to be a little bit worried about setting up all these lights when my power fluctuation is not amazing. We'll head out. I think it's going to end up being it's all of my fuel factories are clogged up on solids. That's the only thing I can think of. Ooh, I just barely caught that one. It's the only thing I can think of that would stop my entire production without it like fluctuating over and over again. It's ma'am time. Insulated crystal oscillator, steamed copper sheets. Ooh. Ooh. Fuck. They're both good. Sort of. What What does this take? The regular one needs plates, cables, and quartz crystals. The AI limiter sounds scary for this one. The steamed copper sheets, on the other hand, kind of sound neat. If I did the plastic AI limiter, I can start burning through a bunch there right now. I could do plastic AI limiter into insulated crystal oscillator? Question mark. The steam copper sheets are cool too. This is one of those like actual ones that two choices would be kind of pretty nice. I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna grab that and get the research going again. 'Cause I wouldn't mind having the copper one. We're not like desperate for it, but like it just makes my resource usage more efficient, right? Okay. Let's go see how many motors I have, because that's kind of the bottleneck that we had. This is not making stators because I need more wires in this, right? Here's what I'm gonna do. Let me swap back to the jetpack. Drop my shit off. My biofuel. Okay. I have a ton of stators just like sitting back at my base. What the fuck? Why is there biofuel in here? How'd I manage that? When did that happen? What the fuck? No. No. Oh. What is this? Oh, this is my inventory. Sorry. Okay. I've never... Okay. The amount of times I've been like, yeah, this is my inventory, and then obviously, like, it's empty, basically. It's been very small, usually. I have everything else, and that makes me go, oh, I know what this is. Alright, we've got a problem. There's some fucking biofuel on the line, and it's a pain in the ass to get shit off of a conveyor belt. Okay. Is there anything else I might need from my steel base? That would be nice. A lot of things. A lot of things. We're gonna focus on stators. Oh, wait. Stators. Okay. And then maybe some steel pipes. Steel pipes. Yeehaw. Alright, I've got your stators here. Who needs a stator? Got many, too many. It was over here. I need you to be filled up. Take the rest of this. You can have a stack too and just get on out of here. Pipes. We'll take a couple because I'm sure there's another recipe over here that needs it. Does anything else need a stator directly? This takes stators. I think I'll throw those in there. I'm just trying to find a place to get these used somewhere. Ooh. Okay, computers are the backlog on this. I have those. I won't go too nuts. Some of these, obviously, I need. There. The less phase parts I have, just kind of like sitting around, the more I'll be able to craft them into something later on. Okay. What was this? This is steel beams. That's, I guess, what I should have grabbed. With that said, I'm gonna grab my sleep spec because this is no longer as like immediately present. Phase 4 is like, it's gonna be a long time for us to get through Phase 4. That needs motors. Do we have any on standby here? Not really. Right, they're not even hooked up, I'm pretty sure. Although they weren't really produced to begin with, so I guess it doesn't matter. We'll check our motor thing over here. Motors. Motors. They're getting back up there. I think I'll throw the sloop into the motors then. I need a backlog of those. Sloop. What's my capacity at? Versus everything else? Okay, yeah. Maybe I'll make a biomass burner thing at some point. Alright, let's go grab my stuff. Stators, I think we'll just upload the ones that we have on me. Oh, I can't. I'm throwing them in a sink. Don't know what I can immediately do with them. Get out of here. Although, let's see if stators are, like, worth sinking at all. I'm not really seeing a difference on the bar. Yeah, okay, it was the difference between, like, 100 or something. Woohoo! This is the cables, right? Nope, this is steel beams. This is the cables. Make your automated wiring. At worst, we burn through all those small resources and get a bunch of these adaptive control units en masse. Concrete. We're gonna drop this off at my other base. The encased industrial beams must flow. Even if we are going to half abandon it, it's still using a lot of recipes. Okay. Take this. We'll do an industrial storage. There. All right. We should be overly good on concrete. To the point that, like, I'll even make a lift just in case. Dimensional depot. Do I have the resources on me for this? The SAM fluctuator. That's always that's the biggest problem I have. All right. SAM fluctuator. How do I do this? Wire, steel, pipes. Where is copper? Should be white, right fucking below us, right? Yeah. It's everywhere. Oh my god. Oh wow, wow, okay. Didn't realize there was a normal node right next to all this stuff over here. I could technically have sent this to be wire for the iron instead. And then convert those extra ingots into something else. But it's not a big deal, whatever. All right, so this is, I think this is pure? Oh no, this is normal. All right, that's reasonable. The pure veins always make me very nervous because it just, the logistics super nightmare. Which is why I haven't even bothered upgrading the pure stuff in my base as hardcore as I could have. This place is pretty relatively intact in the exact way I designed it beforehand, except for the occasional power shard here and there. I might need a bunch of these real quick. Oh, I should have grabbed steel beams while I was out there. I will. Okay, what else needed? Modular frames. I think this one. Yeah, this is the real bottleneck. There you go. Double checking. Oh, speaking of encased industrial beams, Jesus. Footsteps. Left, right, everywhere. They're everywhere. Okay. Let's take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16. We're going to take like a regular storage container's worth. Same with this, sort of. We'll leave a little bit there just in case I need it for like actual beams. Okay, take your encased industrial beams. They can go in here too. And then maketh the versatile frameworks once more. Grabbing the rest of my stuff. Is my RAM research did get done. Steel rotor, automated speed wiring. That's, I think, the second time we've seen that one pop up. Rotor for steel pipe and wire. I think we have that steel pipe recipe, right? Let's see. Where I turn iron into... No, I think I passed it up. Oh, no. Or it's here. Among the choices. What is this? That's concrete. This would be a solid option. The wet concrete's amazing. Okay, this steel rotor would be really good if I can get that steel pipe recipe. Because then I can literally just turn an iron vein straight into motors by itself and have that output to somewhere. Okay, speaking of iron, get out of my inventory. I don't know what to do next. I think we have to make a whole new base. Although I will... Let's go check my factory lines real quick. We're gonna see what the fuck is going on. I'm assuming these are full. So we're gonna go ahead and just... Storage container, storage container. I don't know what I'll do with 100 full stacks of plastic or rubber, but like, if I can get it out of the way, that might be helpful. Am I too tall to ride on top of the train like this? Should really turn on toggle crouch. Bleh. Oh god, oh god. Okay. It might be a key binding. Sometimes devs do that. The binding exists, it's just not on by default. Crouch. Yeah. There's no toggle crouch button, nor... Yeah, outright, huh? It could be a gameplay thing. I searched through really fast. Yeah. Okay. What's happening over here? I see the polyhammers backed up. Why? Oh, because the... Yep. Okay. It's awesome sync time. All right. This can also be overflow. The plastic, yeah, we'll see what ends up happening. This is going to be unfortunate. Let me triple check my line here. So, fuel is over here. It wasn't being made because the polyammer was filling up. I will go ahead and we'll just make that awesome sink that I said I wasn't going to do. Because I was worried the polyammer would run out too quickly. But I need to ease up the backflow, and I might as well get something for it. Okay. How is this working again? This goes up here and then connects to the train station, of which the train station is fucking full because I haven't been using this rubber for anything. I think I might make an awesome sink at the base too. I gotta really offload all this. This is turning to be too much. I'm overwhelmed. Yeah, we'll see what happens. I probably should turn off all the fuel here anyways and let that kind of accumulate, although I don't have a fluid buffer anymore. And I've learned that fluid buffers can be a bit weird. Like, I already knew some of it, but I didn't know that, like, fluid buffers messed with the head lift of liquids. So, like, depending on how full a buffer is, it might not output the stuff inside of it at the same flow rate as it should be. Which is a problem. But okay. I'm just gonna hope that the line saturates itself. I'll deal with the problem later. Is my truck moving, by the way? Okay, it is. And honestly, it's probably one of the other sources of the issues. Not the truck itself, but the fuel station over here might have filled up. Whee! I think my future train lines will try to be incorporated a little bit more into nature. We'll see. So we'll have some trains that are actually like running down on the ground, and then hey, maybe we can have trains that are going above them carrying the extra materials. All right, I'm gonna make an awesome sink for this stuff. Because it is like never ending. It's gonna lead to a problem eventually, but what I'll do is I'll just make the speed of this not that high. So like this can go out at a high rate. And then this can be like Mark II, Mark II. Let me see. What was I producing out here? This is 60 plastic and rubber per minute. And then... Oh, did the names for this finally update? Oh, hell yeah. Maybe because I saved and quit? That's nice. This one, I think this one I didn't touch. Well, that makes me less scared to use my blueprint at least. So yeah, I think 120 is a solid amount. Technically, I'm making 160 plastic. Or sorry, nope, I miscounted. I was looking at rubber. We have 130 plastic and then 160 rubber. So 120 will burn a decent bit, but it won't like get rid of my entire line. Though I could do like Mark III. I don't know how long it's gonna be. I want to get rid of resources, but I don't want to lose all of it, because it would still be valuable for me to like do a quick drop of a bunch of stuff. I just am so constantly overwhelmed. So let me do, we can put kind of a X on this. Past me said, make a stator rotor motor factory at the pure iron veins. I think we're gonna skip that for now. I need manufacturers going. Heavy encased frame, coated cables. Ooh, okay, okay. This is probably good. I really do need like any extra ways to make heavy encased frames. Is usually pretty good, whereas burning oil for cables is dumb. This is another one of those. This is a thing I don't want at all. So we're not grabbing the recipe too immediately. But speaking of which, all right, let's get some things figured out. This is what's gonna fucking get me sorted out. So if I want, if I want to get up to aluminum, we have all the stuff, but like if I were to be like, I need computers and I wanted to automate them, how would we go about that? So the crystal oscillators are an option. We also have the insulated crystal oscillator. Did I grab that, or is that on standby also? I did already grab that. Okay. So, insulated crystal oscillator. I can kind of evaluate what we're going to do here. I do have a fuck ton of rubber. What I don't have is a lot of AI limiters, though I know it's cheap. Let's see. Maybe I grab the plastic one? I might have already done it. Nope, okay. I'm doing it. We're grabbing plastic. AI limiter. Okay. So in the meanwhile, we'll go ahead and remove the regular recipe. I can save my copper sheets for something else. Plastic, we're going to go ahead and just throw a storage, which I can just do this. And we'll say this is a full storage. And no, we'll do this. The way this works in Satisfactory Modeler is if it's partially full and then you have like a proper amount of stuff kind of like going into it. Let's say we are doing 130. Let me just double check there. Okay. 70 in there, like 7 and 6 always like trip me up because 5 and 6 is 11. And so like the shortcut in my brain tries to overwrite that and it's like, oh yeah, it's 11. I'm like, no, nuh-uh. What are we doing here, brain? I can only do so much. What do we? Okay, so I have 130 plastic just sitting around. Hold on. Oh, whoops, that is, I gotta turn on the parts per minute. So we are making 130 plastic a minute. Wire I've got a normal vein going, so I can probably say that we're full. I don't remember off the top of my head how many things are running over here, but I think it was a normal vein. Yeah, it's a normal vein, so I can do this. Deuterium ore. Turn it to Mark II miner. 250. We're making 300. So I could make 4 AI limiters. Or I could have 4... I can make 33 AI limiters a minute. Is there anything else I might want to use my quick wire for on the immediate side? A few things. High-speed connectors. And that's kind of it. We'll go ahead and remove this. Circuits. Circuit boards. Ooh, Deuterium circuit boards would be massive. What the fuck? Let me check my recipes here. Okay, so I don't have any alt recipes just yet. And I don't remember seeing Deuterium circuit boards, quick wire plus plastic to make that. Though I should check the MAM. We have so many on standby, it's hard for me to keep track. No, nothing using the quick wire. That's okay. That's fine. This needs a regular circuit board. That's okay, that's where I can use some more of this plastic. Plastic into here. Copper sheets. It might be time for me to actually expand my copper production, because I don't think that the amount of copper sheets I'm making right now will be that useful. Let me do this quick. Alright, how many are we doing? Like 30? That's nothing. Okay, what I can do, we'll leave that one alone. There's a pure vein right up here. So I could start with this, turn this into a bunch of stuff, and then we can go back and change that later. So I think in the case of this copper sheet, I'm probably just gonna do a drop off of things. That's what a lot of this is gonna be, but I'm trying to see where I can do automation and where I'm gonna have to do the spending of stuff. How am I in heavy modular frames? I think we're pretty good. It's the motors that are what were setting me back from getting aluminum started. We're super good on aluminum. Great. Or sorry, on the motors. So I'm gonna need my quick wire to actually get over here. This is where it's gonna be unfortunate that I don't remember. I think I was just syncing all of my quick wire. So unlike some of the other stuff, I probably don't have like too much, and even then if I did have too much, it's probably just one industrial storage worth. Oh god, I didn't know this was blocked off like that. Yeah, thank God for Satisfactory modeler. I've gotten off track so hardcore here. And we'll hopefully set us straight. How is this doing? This is definitely burning a bunch. We can keep checking this then. I thought I had a conveyor throughput on this. Whoa, what the fuck? Oh. It should be 480. That's usually what it is. This is... It's not full. But it is slowly getting there somehow. That's impressive. I'm making a road. No, fuck it. I'm doing a train. I've never really done this, a train for like one resource. I could get the sulfur. That doesn't need any like processing. You just mine it. And then I can at least get double value out of this. We'll make this a future-proofed train then, somewhat. Although I've seen, I talked before, I was like, oh yeah, the most efficient thing is like, you know, 4 freight cars on a train. But I've now seen people having trains with like 10 freight cars. So I don't know what the fuck. I mean, it comes down to like, I think the more freight cars you have beyond 4, the slower it will go. But if you obviously have 10 freight cars full of stuff, it probably doesn't matter. You probably have so much shit. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Train time. Train station. We're gonna try the back and forth loop strategy. I think it should be fine as long as it is they're facing away from their starting direction. Werke backsprong. Freight platform. Natural rock wall on this might prevent me from making 4 train cars. That's okay. It is technically just going to be 2 resources, quick wire and sulfur. Wouldn't be the first time I've done exactly that, just maxing out the storage. So let's do just a regular railing, I guess, from there. Although it's always helpful to at least make an empty platform that we have a baseline here. Okay. Fuck, I keep choosing the wrong one. I'm trying to do this straight railway. Then we're probably just gonna have to do the concrete in the sky too. That's okay. Let me look at my tunnel recipes real quick. I'm pretty sure I have a one tunnel thing. Although so far it's not looking good. Hold on. Blueprints, roads and tubes. We have round tunnel with steel roof, intended for connecting in one direction. Arrows point that way. Okay. Yeah, okay, that's what I was afraid of. I can never be sure if one of my old blueprints is like actually oriented towards the arrow. That's just one of the ones that actually is. Impressive. Good job, me. Oh, I tried to nudge it a little bit. Oh well, whatever. So we'll do a regular railway first. And then let's copy this tunnel. It meant that I still haven't picked up my concrete for my own personal usage. Holy shit. Oh my god. Straight railway. There. Much better. All right. I need to go grab concrete. What else could I drop off? I guess I could try and upload some of this stuff. This probably isn't what I should be doing. After looking at all those other recipes, I obviously have plastic and rubber I could be very immediately burning. But considering some of that stuff requires the quick wire to be over here anyways, I should take advantage of that. Concrete. Wow. Wait, really? Am I? Oh, wow. Okay. My concrete's starting to run out. Scary. It might be time for wet concrete. Oh, a little tiny blue slug right next to my base. Whoops. Oh. What the fuck? Oh, I didn't know they did that. Huh. Okay. One thing that's unfortunate, I did actually make a blueprint with a turn for my fucking tunnel. And now it's sort of irrelevant. That's okay. I'm gonna use it as a baseline, and we can adjust the tunnel from there. Because yeah, I'm probably gonna do multiple turns here to get the train to go down there. I could also, I could just have the train dip and dodge through the valley. I don't gotta work with 90-degree angles all the time. Let's see what happens if I work backwards instead. Limestone. Pure limestone. Okie dokes. So, train. Sorry, I guess I should go under here. We have a train station. Should probably center it with a foundation at the very least. Oh, Jesus Christ. This copper can be deleted. Whew. Monroe Falls. What a normal sounding name. Okay, freight platform. I don't think it matters what side the freight exits from in comparison to where it loads from on the other side. But most of the time I've had them line up. Railway. Okay. Let's see what I can do here. Unfortunately, this thing... Oh, nope, okay, we're good. Sometimes doesn't like to be nudged, but I guess it's different from regular railways. It doesn't care. It is allowed to be nudged, which almost means I don't actually have to connect this to the ground. Ooh. We should do a little bit of train travel on the ground. Nope. Too much. Floating space train. Okay. Let's get a platform going. So we're gonna go down here instead. I'm just gonna have my stuff conveyor belt over here instead. This isn't where the platform's gonna end up being. I'm gonna delete this. That way I don't have to sit there and try and awkwardly make that straight tunnel work. At least not at that angle. If it were just like a genuine, like, or actual, like, okay, say like over here, I just need to make a straight line across, I'm down for that. I'll make the tunnel. Burn through 1,000 trillion, concrete. Alright. How can I go about this? So if I just nudge this ever so slightly. Bada bing. Bada boom. Okay. And let's go ahead and delete this. We'll just make this where the train station is. Train station. Freight platform. I'm missing wires, you say? You're kidding me. Okay. I'm heading back to get wires, and I guess plastic, because that was also starting to get burned through. Whee! How are these doing in terms of their containers? Too many. Too many. They're full. Completely. Ah, shit. Yeah, okay, I guess we're speeding this up for now. I'll even give them their own dedicated awesome sinks. Oh, for fuck's sake. Whoops, wrong one. I normally have at least enough inventory space to dismantle stuff. Okay. Now they won't be awkwardly combining one line. This. I don't know if I've been hearing the sound for the MAM completing. Oh, nice. We got pure copper ingot again. That's the one I wanted. This might be good. I just don't want to make petroleum coke. It just seems like a lot of trouble. Research the hard drive. This is the most recipes I've probably ever had, by the way. I really did just wing it with like common recipes for a large chunk of the game. Wires. That's why we came over here. One thing I should do. We do have a dimensional depot. I need to throw some shit into here. And if it gets used up, sweet. And if it doesn't get used up, oh well. Okay. I just need some breathing room in my inventory. I don't need that many wires. Barry! Wow, thanks, Barry. That's what I'm trying to move across the bases. Uh-oh, dismantle crates over here. Although it might be way off. It's way the fuck over there. I didn't notice. Oops. All right. Free platform. Oh, the plastic. I forgot to fill up on that. That's okay. That's okay. As long as I can make my 2 freight platforms, 1 for sulfur, 1 for... quick wire. That is fine. Technically, I should also probably... fuck, I just remembered. There are some items where it's more efficient to send the baseline form. More than like sending the pre-crafted stuff. And then you can just make that stuff later on. But I forgot. Oopsies. Quick wire is one of those things. I'm gonna go ahead and just, we'll color quick wire and sulfur. Just for visual reference. If I had drones, I wouldn't need to do this. I could just send them to base through the sky. But drones unlock so late. I don't think we're gonna get a chance to actually use them. At least, I mean, not for a while. That's the real part. I definitely want to try to use them. But I tried them like once, went, yeah, that's not really beating out the train I already set up. And then I kept it going. Okay. This is where I need to make a... I wish I could make just like a somewhat crooked... You know what? Fuck it. This works. Ramp. Ramp. Wait, do I have found? Oh, I forgot I have half foundations unlocked in this save. It was always like half in the back of my mind when I was in the blueprint. I was like, man, I'm using a lot of half foundations. I'll need to go to the awesome shop and grab it. Okay, I don't care that this is a little bit off center. It is what it is. We had to build off the grid. What I can do is we'll get this started. Sort of. Let me see if I can get a gradual slope for this to follow down. It's not a huge deal, but like, if I can do it, it would be useful. Okay. Let's see. I guess we'll find out. I think it's not going to make it to the top, but, you know, this conveyor belt's supposed to be going downwards anyways. I'm seeing if I can do a conveyor line along here. Okay. I should probably make another platform here. Empty platform with a buffer at the end. Oh, that's so bumpy. That's fine, whatever. This is one of those functionalities over comfort times, because I'm getting desperate. There's a lot of problems that I have that would have been solved if I had just conveyor belted across the world one of my basic resources. Which is why it's a challenge to try and do it. And I have failed. Dramatically. Okay. Hold up, I fucked up. This needs to be actual storage. Industrial storage. Okay. let's get this base powered up. Power tower. Platform. Hard drive complete. It's one of the first times I caught that in a while. Okay, technically I don't need to do this. Trains carry power along their railings, but it's not connected to the other side, so doesn't necessarily matter. Okay. We need the freight car. Nope, sorry, we need the engine. Fuck. Electric locomotive. We got it. Okay, this place is loading. Loading. Whee. Getting deja vu. All right. The first train I ever did was actually just two materials. It was plastic and rubber. So I guess old habits die hard. Okay. This is definitely overkill for the amount of resources here. Ah, shit, wait, no, the train railing, no, I forgot about this side. Ah. I don't... Okay, there we go. I've never derailed, I didn't know what to do about that. Buffer stop, just in case. It really doesn't matter once it's automated, but yeah, it does give me a little peace of mind, especially now that I've done it myself. Okay. So this should be, this is unload, unload. In terms of which one it's gonna be, I don't remember. Let's see. Timetable. Go between Tilburg and Monroe. Save. Turn on self-driving. Life Gives Lemons is the name of this train because it's just getting a bunch of yellow shit. Alright. I finally have the quick wire going to my base. I'm probably going to hand move some of it to play catch up, but maybe I won't even bother. Actually, what I should do, hold on. What I should do is I should turn off the awesome sync. And then we'll also get rid of this ramp. Let's see. Well, I don't know. Maybe I'll let this go the way it is. When it's empty completely-ish, I will try and delete it. So let's put that on my never-ending list here. We did it. Phase 3 parts. Forgot to do that. Okay. delete cat, or do not delete the cat. Delete quick wire. Sink. Extra sink. That might be my general goal here. Let me color this yellow for sulfur 2. Obviously there's overlapping colors on here. These aren't actually things I've directly customized. They're just random pre-selected things. And I gotta be a little careful because I don't fully remember which ones are which in terms of other areas. Okay, let's get some sulfur going. Thankfully, sulfur is literally just extract it and store it until you need to turn it into like coal and shit, or compacted coal. How far out, oops, is the closest sulfur? I mean, not including the one behind me. I know this one's here. I just don't know like the actual physical distance it is from me. It's 300 meters. Yeah, it's just up there. Okay. And I know it's impure, sadly. Normal sulfur. I'll mark that. That's way out there though. Sulfur. Apply. You've been playing for four hours. Not enough. Yeah, fuck it. You know what? Sure. I'm already making monstrosities. What's another? Okay. We gotta set up the sulfur here now. These are tight. Oh no, I'm not gonna have the I'm not gonna have the ability to use belts soon, although I think I might have dropped off some because we're just kind of recovering it. That can be okay. Up. There we go. I should name these train stations. I'm just trying to get things done so quickly. It's an eventual thing for me. I know it does literally nothing to help me out currently. Okay. This is what I could have been doing. I won't make a supreme habit of it. But like I said, we gotta play catch up a little bit. Catch up to myself. I'm in phase 4, which for a very long period of time for this game's existence was basically the end of the game. Though we have phase 5 afterwards, so like it won't be the end of the game for us. But still good for me to get this going. Is this properly connected? Oh, hold on. I forgot this thing needs to be overclocked. 150 per minute. Get out of here.